Hello everyone, welcome back to the Japan Archives, and we are here with a new format for our show. We've always been saying we don't like that we've come back and started and gone away again. So we have had a long, hard look. We have figured out a way to be able to do this consistently until the end of time. But it does mean a bit of a change in scheduling, and in the times between episodes, we will be creating other content that you can find on Instagram and things. So don't worry, there's still going to be stuff you can find. So we want to talk about the new scheduling today. Also, talk a bit about the things we have learned while we've been away. There's still going to be some culture and some history in this episode today. But I was going to default into asking Heather as she was. However, this is one of the changes we're making here. Like, to keep our episodes more concise and to the topic at hand, we're going to be just delving into those histories themselves. The whole thing where we talked about our day and our weeks, we are going to be kind of condensing that down a lot, if not getting rid of it entirely. And again, I was about to ask you how your day was, because it's just the default at this point. I'm so used to it. But I guess, well, who would like to talk about this? Do you want to kind of introduce our new format and then I can expand on it?
Oh, let's try that. I'm so excited right now, so I'm hoping that my enthusiasm isn't too enthusiastic, but I'll try to be a little bit. I'm so excited to be hitting the record button one more time. This will probably be cut out, but maybe it won't be. So like Thomas mentioned, we needed to take a break. We had a lot of things going on. We have some things that we want to do, but we want to keep this podcast going. So we are going to condense it down. The idea is about 30 minutes, give or take. And we're also going to change the format itself. So we are going to be doing more collaborative research. Thomas has the library and access to other libraries, so he can do the deep dive research, what he's been doing all along. What I'm going to be doing is instead of the Smiko no Heather, not we, it's going to be on me, some casual busy person research. I'm going to look up a topic, probably Wikipedia, very brief, get a skim version of it so that I have an idea of what Thomas is going to talk about. That way we can compare and contrast what we've both found, and we can hopefully do a little bit more discussions on the topics as well. We're still going to do the poetry, we're still going to do culture, but those are going to be their own episodes as well. And that's going to be collaboration so that Thomas can jump in with poetry more often, and we can talk about those as well. And we can do culture notes as their own episodes as well. Some of the culture note things will also go into the blog post that Thomas mentioned. So we'll have 1 week we'll do an episode and 1 week we'll do a blog post. So you'll have, you'll be able to still see everything, just not in one episode. How's that?
That sounds good. And yeah, you covered everything we were going to talk about, but I guess there's a few things I want to expand on a little bit. So, of course, Heather said the idea of she will be doing the kind of like general quick research so she has an idea about what I am talking about, because we do feel sometimes when it comes to our discussion element, it was kind of like, oh, I don't know what to say. There's so much information. So being able to do our own little bit of research beforehand, not reading, of course, the research of the person who's leading the episode, because that gives us all the answers. Just doing some generic research helps us have a bit more of a discussion. You come into it with some knowledge and it gives you new ideas and things. So that's why we wanted to do it. Of course, Heather, there are certain topics that she really enjoys. She will be leading those episodes. You've always been the one to lead the food or drink episodes, which I really love. So I do hope that you still want to take charge for certain episodes, because I really enjoyed it.
I have ideas.
You do have ideas.
Yes.
Good. And yes, like Heather said, on the weeks between episodes, we're going to be uploading blog posts regardless onto the website. We've come up with a list of ideas and topics that are a bit more I guess, like narrowed down for what people might be interested in when they're researching on the internet things about Japan, like who is this, what is this, where can I find this? So it will be more accessible for people to find online. Before, all our blog posts were very much the same title of the podcast episode, so less people were able to find them through like search engine searches. So those blog posts will be more tailor-made to be more easily accessible to you and to other people. And we've set up our own dedicated Instagram now for the podcast itself. You can look for Japan Archives. On there, we will be posting sound bites to the podcast episodes. I've been playing around with short 1 minute or less videos on certain topics that involve music and some AI generated imagery. We're playing around with that just for this. For those posts, the information we are researching and showing you is our main line of work. That's our main inspiration. The AI artwork is just a means to kind of give you something else to look at. That is not our main media format. Our main media format is the research and our storytelling. So we hope that you understand why we're using some AI art for some of our posts on Instagram. And
yeah, we'll try to do if we can collaborate with artists as we're able to, or even do
yes.
our own art, our own photography. So whenever we have the chance to be creative or help someone else help us be creative, we'd love to do that as well.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that because that did remind me like this is very much as well for now a temporary thing while we work and expand on this podcast and expanding it in new ways. Artists in Japan to create new artwork or start working with museums to get like better photography of certain things or the places that we go and visit, hopefully. So it is just right now a means of starting it out. And as time goes on, hopefully we can go away from it and start working with people. Also, we're going to set up a YouTube channel. It already is there. It's ready to go. So if you wish to subscribe to that to listen to the podcast on there, you can. Again, the name will be Japan Archives. And in addition to putting the podcast on there as just audio, we're also going to try and make some animated videos for the podcast episodes, as well as the blog posts that come out every other week as well. Just to give you a different format and to make it more accessible to other people, because some people don't necessarily like listening to podcasts. They much prefer like learning through watching and listening. So we want to open it up to other formats, and that's also why we're making this bi-weekly, because then it does give us that bit of extra time to work on other media formats to try and bring what we're doing out to many other people around the world. We do hope maybe somewhere down the lines in a year or two that perhaps we would then be in a place where we could start doing the podcast weekly again. But right now we don't know. So it's going to be bi-weekly so we can bring it out in other various formats to help more people find us and to help more people learn about the history of Japan, which we are both so interested in. That's everything I think I wanted to talk about in regards to how this show is going to be going forward. Is there anything I've missed or forgot about?
I think that trying to explore different ideas and different outlets is, yeah, right now you mentioned the AI and the controversy, and definitely I have some feelings about using it, but also we don't have the time or the opportunity to do a lot of things that we would like to do. So getting started somewhere, you can always, you can't do something until you can't create or edit something unless you actually have something out there. So getting a chance to explore the different ideas, different options, and to be able to share the podcast in different formats is interesting and fun option that we first started this podcast really had no idea about. And a lot of changes have happened in the past few years since 2019 is when we started the podcast.
Yep, it's been a while now. I'm so happy looking back and saying we have been able to do this for so long. Even with the breaks, like we've kept coming back, we've kept ourselves dedicated to it. So it's definitely something we don't want to give up. We've said that many times. But I suppose then, with that admin out the way, we did say we were going to at least do some history or some cultural stuff in this episode. It's not just going to be here's an update. Okay, thank you. Bye. So This episode and the next one will still be a little bit of our old format. We did have something recorded from a while back. My parents visited Japan, and we did kind of get them together and ask them a few questions as like a tourist, like what do you like about Japan? What's difficult? What did you think about the people and all of this? So we have that episode which will come out 2 weeks after this one, and then after that we will be going into the new format. We did want to release that. We had a lot of fun talking to my parents about their experiences in Japan, and we felt that we have this content, so we should still release it, even if it is not necessarily in the format we're going to continue doing from now on. But, a little bit now about Japan. What interesting things have you been learning during our break right now?
So my daughter is really, really into trains right now and has memorized several of the Shinkansen. And in turn, I have learned, and so has my husband, several of the names of all the Shinkansen that there are. And one of her favorite ones is the Komachi. I learned that the Komachi is named for Ona no Komachi because she was from Akita, and that is the Akita Shinkansen. Not just that, but the Komachi and the Hayabusa are connected for certain parts of their journey. So you have, I think it starts from maybe Tokyo Station. Both trains are connected and then they detach. Is it around Morioka area?
Yeah, they detach in Mario Kart. I used to watch it happen a lot when I lived there.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool. We watched the videos online and it's really exciting to watch them attach and reattach. So that's one of the things I've learned. How about you, Thomas?
But I found out that from a friend of mine that you can kind of set up your taxes to pay in a slightly different way, in that your taxes get sent. I'm not exactly sure fully how it works, so I definitely wanted to come back to this as its own thing. But you can kind of pay your taxes in a certain way that the money comes back to you in the form of like local produce from different prefectures. Like you can get like apples or pears from fruit farmers, or like vegetables from other places. And my friend gets a lot of this stuff a lot of the time now when I visit. They're like, oh, please just take some of this. I have too many pears. I have too many apples. Like I'm right now, my fridge is full of apples. So it's just a very interesting way that your taxes can go to support specific areas or local communities around Japan. And as a thank you, you get a cut of their produce and their profits, which I think is a really fascinating way to pay taxes in Japan. You feel more that you're helping out smaller communities as opposed to, oh, my money's just going to central government. So I found that out recently, and I kind of want to try and set it up for myself so I
Yeah,
can start getting all this food.
yeah. Let me know when you start doing the research because I've heard that the places compete to get the tax money, so that some places do really nice presents as well. So you need to, or not presents, thank you. Shouldn't say that. It's a thank you contribution, right? That sounds
Yes.
better. It's not a present.
It's not a
Um,
present, it's a thank you for helping our community.
is thank you for your taxes. I want to see
Exactly.
what you find.
The other thing I found, it's not really historical, but if you are a tourist visiting Japan right now, and I'm thinking it should end soon, if not has just finished. For the past few months, tourists who've been to Japan have struggled with the trains because Japan has had a microchip shortage. So normally the travel card, you can get the Suica cards and the Pasmos. They had stopped issuing them because there wasn't enough microchips. So a lot of the tourists had to obviously revert back to trying to figure out how to buy tickets for all the local trains and the undergrounds and the subways. And even for me, it's been so long since I've had to do that. I don't think I'd be able to figure out the prices, because half the time when you look at the map, it doesn't give you the price to where you want to go, because you might necessarily be transferring from the overground to the underground or to a different line which isn't covered by a certain company, so it's not on the board. So you have to buy one ticket and then top up your ticket later. Oh, it's been a messy time.
And used to Hyperdia was the way you could get all like the different trains and things like that.
Yeah.
You could track where you wanted to go. That stopped. The I forget the feed of information, like the company where they got the feed from, that other companies stopped putting the information out online. So like now I use Google Maps to get the different trains if I need to go somewhere. And I think Yahoo Transportation, which in Japan, Yahoo is still really, really a great website to get your information, to also your email. Yahoo is still really popular here.
Yeah, I found that out again the other day. My friend was checking train times for me and they were using Yahoo.
Mm-hmm.
And then it is actually more accurate sometimes than Google in Japan because so many times lately I've checked the train times and it's given me silly times. There's your train is going to arrive at 2 o'clock. Please transfer to this other train that leaves at 1:55. Like, how am I supposed to travel back in time here, Google? I don't understand your timings and your logic here. So
That's a
I
new app they're
might
coming up
have to
with.
start I might have to start using Yahoo
Go to
for
Yahoo.
those later.
Do it. Do it. Let me know.
Yeah.
I should use it, but it's actually been fine for me. I mean, well, where I live, I don't have to worry about a lot of trains. So, which for tickets, I have something else I've learned about everything that's going to be about trains. If you want to, you can buy a ticket to just go to the platform and watch the trains.
Oh,
Yep. You can just like it's about I think 100 yen, and you buy a ticket. You can go and watch trains, and then you take your ticket and leave. Don't get on a train. Just watch them. Or you can go with someone. So if you're, someone is leaving on a trip and you want to go with them and carry their bags and stuff.
you see, in England, you don't have to pay to do that.
Oh,
If you wanna stand on the platform with someone to say goodbye, you just ask the person very nicely at the ticket gate, and they'll let you through for free.
oh, I didn't know you could do that in England.
Yes,
Oh,
it happened to me one time. I was saying goodbye to a friend of mine at the station, and they went through the ticket gate. It's like, do you want to wait for them on the platform just to help them with their luggage? So I was like, okay, just let me through for free. So
oh,
it is
that's so
possible.
nice.
Yeah.
Are
But
are
I
the
didn't realize you could pay in Japan just to get on the platform to watch trains and things. I'm assuming it's
used to be
very
free?
cheap. Oh, it used to be
Yes,
free.
100 yen for at least we did it yesterday to go look at trains. It was yeah, 100 yen.
Mm.
Just go to the ticket booth, not ticket screen. What's it called? Ticket
You have to go to the
machine.
person.
Ticket machine.
So the ticket machines, you can specifically ask for the platform ticket.
Yeah, I didn't watch my husband do it. I should have, but you probably could also go and ask. It's like just get a platform ticket.
Yeah.
But yeah, just do it on the machine. It's probably not because most of the machines you can put into English, so probably has the information. I'll let you know. I'll update you on that when I know
Let
more.
me know, because I've realized as well. So this is a thing I suppose for tourists. If you normally change the machines to your own country, it kind of blocks you from doing many things that they think only a Japanese person would need. So if I go to the bank and I forget what the kanji is for something and I change it to English, it kind of cancels out certain options. Like I can't do the options for bank transfers or updating passbooks and things in certain banks disappear because they think, oh, a tourist doesn't need these, so we'll just get rid of them. So I used to have that problem before in Morioka. I had to do a bank transfer. When I changed it into English, none of it was there.
Oh,
So then I had to go and ask someone for help because obviously they weren't allowing it to be done in English. So I had to do it all in Japanese, which kind of makes sense, but it's also strange that be aware if you're changing certain machines into English, if you can't see the option that you thought was going to be there, it might be because you have to do it purely in Japanese.
well, so use your translate camera then.
Yes. So be aware of that as a tourist. Or even if you just live in Japan and you're not that good with Japanese yet. If the option isn't there,
Still not
it's
good with
probably because you
Japanese.
changed the language and they don't think you need it not in
Hmm.
Japanese. So that's something I learned.
I learned about ado,
Ado.
ado.
You learned
Much
about ado.
much ado about ado. I've learned about well, not new to me type of Wagashi, and I got to actually not make it from scratch, but take and form it into a design I was helping out at a Halloween party, and I got to help with the kids to decorate the Wagashi. And this one was, I think was it white bean paste and like the sugar, and it was really good. And the name of it, hang on, I had to write it down because I don't remember off the top of my head. Oh, Neri Kitty.
Neri
Kitty.
Neri Kitty.
I also found a recipe to make it online, and I'm a little tempted to try, but then I also realize I don't have time to be boiling. I don't have time to be boiling everything and making it. But it was really fun.
It takes time to make.
Yeah. Oh. But it felt like sticky Play-Doh. And it was really like a nice sensory experience, because then you could eat the sticky Play-Doh. I mean, which I guess, Play-Doh is non-toxic. Don't eat Play-Doh, but eat the nitty kitty. It's,
right.
Please, let's just put that disclaimer on.
Let's just put that out there as I am not encouraging you to eat Play-Doh.
But it felt like a sticky Play-Doh. It does have like mochi flour and white bean paste and apparently yam. So it's really fantastic. Oh yeah, I use it during the tea ceremony, I think is often used in.
Yes, a lot of the time when I go to get tea with my partner, they normally give you wagashi. Sometimes it's a wagashi for that specific place. You can't get it somewhere else, especially in temples and things. I kind of tailor make it. And wagashi is always seasonal. They always change the designs. So for momiji, even for Christmas, there's a place near mine last year. We got some very cute wagashi that was like a reindeer and Santa, but it was very popular, so we had to call and reserve. But we got it. I think I sent you the pictures last year.
I think you did.
Hopefully we can get some more, and I'll put it up on Instagram and things for people to see.
Oh, speaking of Christmas music starts November 1st. There's already Christmas music.
That is true. That's the thing about Japan. So if you're one of those people who love Christmas and start to celebrate Christmas far too early, in my opinion, because Christmas is not until December, then feel free to come to Japan and you will hear all the songs already playing.
Until December 25th. December 25th, they all stop. Everything is gone.
Immediately, December 26th is like Christmas never happened.
No, December 25th, stuff is gone.
Oh. Here, yeah, like at night when all the shops are closed, they get it all ready and gone the evening. I forgot about that.
So Christmas Day, like, I can't wait to go hear Christmas music. No, it's all gone.
It's gone forever. Yeah.
Although you probably got your fill of the 2 months before. It's still very weird to go straight from like Halloween to Christmas music. I need that little transition time.
Yes, but there is no transition in Japan between Halloween and Christmas.
So if you like Christmas music, then you are in luck. You should come and travel in November. Actually, really nice season. The leaves are beautiful. Momiji are turning nice colors. The mountains are getting all the different colors, which is honestly one of the poems we did was a couple years ago about the leaves on Mount. Oh, I forgot the name of the leaves on the mount. One of the 100 poets.
Oh, that one, the poem about the deer when it was a double entendre because Momiji was also deer meat.
Oh, that one too. There's another one.
Oh, you were thinking of a different one.
Yeah, we got that one too. Oh wow. See, throwback to episode.
To episode. But one of the other things I have noticed or learned, and Heather and I are definitely going to try and go next year to take pictures and film it for you, especially so we can put it on YouTube. They have a yokai or a demon or supernatural monster parade every year in Kyoto. It came back this year now that COVID is over. It's called the Demon Hordes Nights Parade. Centered in Kyoto because historically they do believe that those things happened in the past. in Kyoto. So everyone dresses up as the many different supernatural creatures, the yokai, the demons, and it happens every year in October on, I forget the specific day. I think it's a certain Sunday or Saturday within that month. But Heather and I are endeavoring to go next year so we can tell you more about it as it happens. So if you are planning a trip to Japan at some point next year, I recommend going to Kyoto in October to try and see that parade. That was the other thing I learned.
I can't think of anything else, but I'm really hoping to be able to get back to Kyoto this next year. It's been a long time since we've been to Kyoto, so it'd be nice to go back and see it again.
As I was fortunate enough to go in May, as usual, during Golden Week. Got to see a lot of places I hadn't seen before. Tried to go to some places, but they were very busy. So unfortunately, I couldn't go to the oldest Wagashi shop that we talked about in episode 50 a long time ago.
Oh, wow.
So hopefully next time. Hopefully next time I can go.
On the ever-growing, always expanding, hardly ever knocked down list.
Yes, there's too many places to visit. So that is us for this week. That is our update. That is our little bit of cultural and historical things we've learned in our absence. We hope you are looking forward to the new format and see how things go. We hope you enjoy all the new formats we're doing on Instagram and on YouTube and through the blog posts. So thank you very much for your patience as usual. Thank you for those who continue to listen and all the new people who came while we were away. People have still been listening, so that's very nice.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you so much. And as usual, I will end by saying that is everything from me. How about you, Heather?
Oh, now I feel like we have to come up with new endings too, but I can't think of anything off the fly at the moment. So that's all from me. Probably
until until next time. All right, everyone, speak to you next time. Mata ne.
Mata ne.
Oh, you have to press stop. I was about to press leave. I'm so used to pressing stop.
That would do it. That would do it.
Well,
Okay.
that would still end it. Yeah.